This morning, something very interesting happened from yesterday to this morning, and it goes back to something that happened or didn't happen, setting boundaries, having limitations, having values, and setting certain standards for yourself in your personal life, which then pours into your work life and your business and your career and your entrepreneurial goals. So now I've experienced in practice something that I've had to implement. Okay, I hope this works. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, I'm recording this in the morning. I lie. Okay, I'm not gonna say what time it is, but it's not that early in the morning. It's not that early in the day. Let me put it that way. But this morning, I'm recording this because I want to celebrate what happened this morning. While I'm using this hair extender oil, it's got moringa in it. My formulator made it to test if it works on my hair. I have a patch of no hair in this area and I need that place to grow in the next week or so. So anyways, while I'm doing that, like this morning, something very interesting happened from yesterday to this morning. And it goes back to something that happened or didn't happen about a month ago. So in my previous video, I'll try to share a link to that previous video somewhere up there. And in this video, I spoke about how important it is for you to have personal growth in order for you to have growth in your business as an entrepreneur and just as an individual in this world who works with other people, setting boundaries, having limitations, having values, and setting certain standards for yourself in your personal life, which then pours into your work life and your business and your career and your entrepreneurial goals. So now I've experienced in practice something that I've had to implement. A couple of days ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I had a meeting with a mentor of mine, someone who was helping me deal with a certain situation in terms of setting boundaries for myself, charging for my time and making sure that I'm being paid for what I do and that I'm not just volunteering. And having those difficult conversations with the client that, okay, this is beyond the scope that we had agreed to, and therefore the budget should be increased, therefore I'd have to charge more, etc., etc. Would you be okay with that? Or let's stick to the agreed work at the price that we've agreed on. So now this is a different situation where I've done work for another client, a different kind of work. This is more in the creative space. Well, I am in the creative space, but like performing arts and digital art, I do different kinds of work now. I didn't expect to, but I was invited or I was asked to help out with a certain creative project, and I did so. I sent an invoice. I haven't been paid. Sometimes living invoice to invoice, it does take a lot of time. Now I'm using another hairline serum, testing out these products to see if they work. So now this invoice hasn't been paid, but I've done the work, and I trust that because it's at a formal institution, I'm not just doing work for an individual independent client, it's for an institution, a company, a business, an official one, a big one. So I'm trusting, sometimes there are some processes that go on and certain payments do take time. But now, while I'm waiting for that invoice to be paid, I then get asked to do something else in addition. And I'm like, And then they explain to me, oh no, there are some delays. We've had to submit other motivations for your invoice to get paid. There were certain misunderstandings internally in the organization, and they had to justify why I needed to be paid. So they're waiting for those processes to go through, through the different lines and departments that it has to go through. So I still have to wait. But while I'm waiting, they would like me to come in and do something else to assist with finishing this project that I was involved with. At first I said yes, because I'm like, okay, no, I understand can be delays. And I was supposed to go this morning, right? So then I'm waking up and I'm getting ready to get dressed and go and put myself together. And then I'm like, no, man, something doesn't feel right. Something does not feel right about this. And I had to make a difficult decision. Eventually, I did decide, and I sent a message to the person, to the contact that I'm in communication with, that this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Like, in principle, for me to come in and do additional work in my time, giving up my time, even though I had something else scheduled and then that was rescheduled, so my time did open up. And it's like, okay, whether my time has opened up or it didn't open up, and the fact that I haven't been paid for the original work that was done, and now I'm being asked to do a little bit of additional work just in the hope and faith that I'm paid, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, because it's my money to go there, my time spent, and I'm like, I could be spending my time working on other things that could bring in an income for me. It just doesn't make sense for me to sacrifice my time to then come through, do additional work, just in the hopes that I will eventually be paid for the original work that I had already done. So that, for me, it was a huge decision for me to make, especially as someone who's recovering from being a people pleaser, someone who is recovering from valuing other people's opinions and likes, and that I want to be liked by everyone. And because I value being liked by people, I always have to be agreeable and nice and do as they wish. And coming from that, learning to set boundaries and now valuing being respected more than being liked. That's where I am right now. And I just wanted to share that, how proud I am of myself, that I've actually advocated for my value for respect, my desire and need to be respected for my time, my effort, and my work. And that there are certain boundaries. Yes, there are certain things that you're like, okay, I understand certain things are taking time, but that doesn't mean that now I should avail myself for more work, and that's just free voluntary work. No, there has to be a boundary. There has to be something in place to make it clear that this is not how we work. And I'm proud of myself to have put my foot down on that and have communicated that peacefully, respectfully, communicated that, and be okay with cutting ties and letting go and say, no, it's fine. You guys continue with what you're doing. Count me out, right? And whether I end up getting paid or not, that's fine. But I'm not going to do anything more. I'm not going to involve myself more in something where I'm not fully valued, where I don't see the value that from you. I don't get any value from you because I'm supposed to be paid for what I do. That shows that you value what I do by actually making payments for the work that I've done. So yeah, also what my mentor had said was that you have to be okay with saying goodbye and letting go. That it's okay, just cut ties, let go, don't burn any bridges, just communicate respectfully, and it's okay. It's okay. And I'm okay with that. Have I done anything productive at this time when I should have gone? No, I haven't done anything productive. I just, I saw that, okay, this is opportunity for me to record some content. This is a good anecdote to share. And I'm only doing that now. And by now I would have been back home to continue doing other work. So yeah, even if I have been just scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on social media, washing my face, taking my time, brushing my teeth, and just having a cup of coffee and having a slow morning, that's okay. It's my morning, right? It's my morning. Whether or not I did something productive to prove that, oh, instead of going here, I took this time to do that. Like, no, I took this time for myself to have a nice, long, slow morning. And that is an investment in myself as well, in my mental health, in my peace, in my well-being. And that is good enough for me because that's self-love and self-respect. Right? So yeah, so good. I'm happy about that, and I look forward to more growth personally in my self-development and also pouring that into my businesses as well. Thank you. Love you. Bye.